Hey everybody, my name is Jerry Quinn, and Preacher David had asked me to speak a few minutes about how God has transformed my life, not only my life, but my wife's life, and also Jared and Jeremy. God transformed our lives in February of 2013. It's actually started a couple of years before that, but that's when Jared and Jeremy came to live with us. And Nancy and I were already in our 60s, and we just got a 6 and a 7-year-old boy to help raise. Now, the circumstances that came about with them having to come to live with us was a little messy, so I won't go into details about that right now. But it wasn't a good thing. It changed our lives totally. We were already into our 60s, and getting 2 boys that young really transformed our lives a bunch. Jared had his own issues, as he calls them, because of the drugs that his mother and daddy had been taking while he was still in the womb. And Jeremy was just a regular kid, regular little boy that never had been taught much. The timing that this took place was also in God's work. Nancy had just retired from a job that she had been on for 33 and a half years, 3 days prior to us taking the boys. And so she got 3 days worth of retirement, which is not a whole lot. And the thing that topped it all off is Nancy never had children. She has been a rock and an angel through all this for the last 11 and a half years. God transformed us through Jared and Jeremy. He transformed Nancy and I because we had both been baptized years before when we were teenagers. And we were believers, but we were backslidden Baptists, just too lazy to get up and go to church, mainly. But after we moved down to Belton, and Jeremy was going to the after-school program at Marshall Primary, and one night we were just sitting there eating at the table, and he asked, just out of the blue, why don't we go to church like most everybody else does? And that was quite a slap in the face. I had no answer for him. So soon after, we started going to church. And we started coming here at Shady Grove, and everybody just welcomed us like they always do and always have at Shady Grove. And the more we came, the more we realized that this was one thing that we have been missing. We'd been married for 15 years, but the church was one thing that we had really been missing out of our lives. And with the boys growing up and getting smarter and smarter, it was harder to tell them different reasons why we didn't go to church, other than just being lazy. So we joined, and Preacher Darrell Hawthorne was still preacher here, and we talked to him about being rebaptized. Nancy and I were to a point to where we really wanted to show everybody that we meant what we said. We wanted to be rebaptized, and so we did. We rededicated our lives, and a couple of years later, Jeremy gave his heart to the Lord, and he was baptized, and it was only a short period later that Jared was baptized. So God has transformed our lives tremendously, and to see those 2 boys from time we took over with them on February the 6th in 2013 to where they are now is such a magnificent change. Nancy and I could never be any more prouder than what we are of those boys. And just the way that God has worked through our lives and brought two backslidden Baptists to where Nancy and I are now, trying to be the best parents and grandparents that we can be, and also trying to be the best Christians we can be. Our relationship has grown more, and we're happier and more in love with each other than we've ever been. And watching those two boys just blossom the way they have has just really made our hearts full. And we can only attribute everything, glory to God, glory to transforming our lives, and just glory to this church by accepting us the way we were and just welcoming them in with open arms, and we just love everybody here, and just hope that this church continues growing and continues being the fantastic and special church that it is.